how do you choose the right fund manager for your real estate investments? And I'm not talking about the investments themselves, I'm talking about the manager. So, what aspects are important for you to know whether you should invest with these people or not outside of just the deal itself? And I would say this is even more important than the deal itself. These are the people you're trusting to make it successful. So, the number one thing I would say is that you need to have equity in the deal. So, a lot of companies will say, you are investing in this, you are getting this return. If it does well, you'll get more, etc. But when you really look at the loan documentation and the legal setup, you are a lender. You are a lender who gets paid a regular amount of money and who can get an extra interest payment if the project is successful. This is important for two huge reasons. Number one, you are going into a project that could be 100% leveraged and the deal sponsor has no money in it. So, for instance, they can get 70% of the deal financed by a bank and then get investors to finance the additional 30% and structure that as a loan. So, the company who's doing the project has no downside whatsoever and no true skin in the game outside of the time they spend on it. So, likewise, number two is to make sure the people you're investing with also have equity in the deal. And by equity in the deal, I mean they have contributed dollars or they have contributed assets into the deal. So, this is not carry, which is equity that is earned through sweat equity. This is actually dollars in the deal. You want to make sure that not only do they have something at risk that is true hard money, but is also incentivized the same way that you're incentivized. So it's very important. And really, probably the biggest thing is that they believe in the project, that they have money to invest because they've made money, because they've done successful real estate investments before, and they want to have more money and they are doing a project. They should want to put their money in that project because they believe it'll be successful. Other things you need to look out for. So, number three is transparency. Are they giving you all the legal documents? Are they letting you review the legal documents? Are they giving you regular reporting? Are they very clear on their fees? Are they clear on what their sweat equity is, if there's sweat equity in the deal? Are they giving the other investors the opportunity to make decisions if needed through the form of voting? Things like that make sure that you really know what's going on in the deal. You're able to understand the aspects of it. And two, that if something goes way wrong, the investors have the ability to do something about it. So you don't need to be a legal expert. You probably don't even need to hire a lawyer. I think the more important thing is just to realize that they are providing you with all that information and that it is open, accessible, and transparent, which would mean that they have a level of integrity that you know just because they're letting you have all the information. Now, having a lawyer review things is also very smart, but if a company is not giving you access to that information, that's not someone you're going to want to invest with. And lastly is to make sure that the company has a capable team. So number four is to make sure that there is a team involved here. And so what I mean by that and why that is important is it's not just one dude doing the deal or one gal doing the deal. There's a lot of reasons for that. One important one is that you don't want the truck problem. If the person doing the deal gets hit by a truck and they die or they're incapacitated, who's going to run the deal? There's not a company behind it and there's not systems in place. The other part is companies typically have systems in place. They have methodologies and ways in which they know how to deal with problems and work through investments, find deals, etc. You want to make sure that it is an actual company that does these deals all the time and has extensive staff and ability to take care of any problems that come up. And maybe I should tag this on as number 5, but you want to make sure they have a track record, that they've done this before, that they've had success with it. And I think it's very wise to even speak to other investors who have invested with them. You may have an investor say, we did make good money, but They literally never talked to me. I never knew what was going on. I never knew what the status of the project was. They just sent me a check at the end. Yeah, it worked out, but I probably won't invest with them again because I don't know what those guys were doing. There's a lot more to it. And again, this is not about the investment itself. This is about the person who's running the investment and who is taking your money and investing in it. So the past returns, reviews or referrals directly from other investors, basically establishing that the people have good character and have the ability to perform is highly important as well.